For those of you who are in Texas, this is for you. The power grid in the eastern part of the United States is interconnected. If you're east of the Rockies, everybody's on the same grid, and people can pump power from one zone to another without a problem. Texas, however, is on its own. Texas does not like regulation at the federal level at all, and sometimes this works for them, and sometimes it doesn't. And this weekend we're going to find out. If you get ice lands on the power lines. The power lines weigh more. Sometimes they snap. Number 2, in times of extreme temperature variation, like a high cold front, people are going to be using a lot more energy than they would normally. So there's a lot more stress on the system in general. And then third, in freezing temperatures, natural gas production can be interrupted. A lot of natural gas fields bring up a little bit of water as a side effect and ends up in the pipes. And if the temperature drops enough, that will turn into ice. And eventually, they'll clog and freeze. So if you remember to a winter storm we had a few years ago in 2021, the area around Dallas got so bad that the pipelines were frozen solid, and they basically had to deliberately ignore all safety regulations and go out there with blowtorches and heat up the ice so that the energy would flow. This cold front is both better and worse than that one. Better in that it is not going to last as long. We're probably only going to have sub-freezing temperatures in Texas for 2 or 3, maybe at most 4 days. Number 2, Texas has made a lot of advances since then in making their system more stable, both at the grid level and at the production level. More pipelines are buried, for example, because if you just put your pipe under 6 inches of dirt, that insulation is probably going to be enough. Almost everywhere in the United States that produces petroleum puts them underground. Texas was really unique because it just never really got cold enough for them to care. Now they do. Third, there are 3 different production regions in Texas, and it's really going to depend upon what happens with the ice line here. The biggest one around the Dallas-Fort Worth area is called the Barnett Shale. It's almost exclusively natural gas,